up, all? This is Azrael. I wanted to do a little video today on gear. I know a lot of people do gear. I know a lot of people out there talk about gear. And I know there's a lot of Gucci gear out there. Now, I want to be a little bit realistic. Not all of us can afford Gucci gear. Not all of us can run out and buy Crye Precision or even 5.11 for that matter, right? But it's still nice to have protection. It's still nice to get out there and possibly defend your family, your children, stand up for your constitutional rights, which, as we see now with things going on in modern times, this is a very possible situation. So today I want to review some gear that any one of you can afford and set up. Now, some of the basics I want to go through are, you're not special forces. You're not jumping out of a goddamn plane. You're not going weeks behind enemy lines. You're not even in a sandbox. You're here, United States of America. Now, needless to say, if you have the money to spend on Gucci gear, such as Crye Precision and other great companies out there that I love and recommend highly, buy them. Seriously, you can't beat cheap gear. I mean, expensive gear. I mean, it's built expensive for a reason. It's high quality stuff. Now, let's reverse that role a little bit, huh? Shall we? So, first I want to talk about plate carriers, because this is probably one of the more important pieces of equipment that you could possibly have that could save your life. Now, you got a lot of these guys out there, they got the Gucci carriers, they got level 4 plates in them, they got 9,000 rounds on them, alright? That's great. You're not in a combat environment. But I'm also not going to knock you carrying standard combat load, alright? Accuracy by volume, suppression. There's many reasons to carry a lot of ammo. It's always better to prepare for the worst and expect the best. So, let me get on with my review of some of my cheap gear. First is the plate carrier I rock right now. I have 3 setups. This here, this is El Cheapo Copy JPC. And actually, it's not a bad carrier, you know? Hey, listen, it ain't top dollar material, right? It's not freaking Gucci stuff, but it's got the admin panel up top. It's got the admin panel up top, which is up here in the Velcro. If I can get my hand in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. It is Velcroed. Okay. Freaking gloves. Impossible to open with gloves on, by the way. And an admin panel to me is not something I would normally rock. I like to keep this dry up here. However, it is nice a lot with the new cell phones, tablets, things that fold down, communication systems. I like to run a little wrist style one where I can run the phone right on my wrist. All right. It will fit about 3 magazines up front, and they are speed, jump style. Okay. And you know what I paid for this carrier? $20. $20. I mean, listen, I'm not saying this thing's going to last through an ocean, through a submarine dive, or even maybe a week of combat. But it may last you today. So, on that note, let me pull it off here and let's take a look at it. Alright? So it's got the Velcro flap, like you see here. Pull off. Alright? On the side here, it's got a little clip to retention. Right? And then, unfortunately, I don't have the quick releases like some of the Gucci gear to slap it off with my helmet on. So, I'm going to pull the helmet right now. I'm going to pull my plate carrier. I grew hair. So let's talk a little bit more about this plate carrier now, shall we? Alright, so this is, more than likely, a copy of the Crye JPC. And on the sides, I added the 3 more magazines in the skeleton weapon, okay, on each side. So 6 magazines, probably 2 to the front. They say 3. Let's be realistic. Also depends too if you're going to run 308, Scar H, any one of the larger calibers, AKs, who knows. On the back of the carrier, I run a utility pouch, right? And I run my medical pouch, which is all still being built up. I know my lighting sucks. The video is going to suck. It's one of my first reviews. All right. So this is my plate carrier. And again, it's a full MOLLE system, so you can run it however you want. I think I paid like $10 a pop on the 3 mag each side. I think I only paid $8 or something for the medical pouch and the utility pouch, which I thought was bigger. All right. So figure 20, 30. I think I got probably $45 in this whole thing. Just the webbing. Okay. And it's got the vented inserts in here. Of course, it's got the nice for your sappies or whatever style plate you want. I do believe this holds the smaller and sappies only because it is a copy JPC. All right. And on the back, the reason I run it open like this is because I run this 3-day assault pack. Again, this is an El Cheapo assault pack. All right. It's one of those $30, $20 ones. I've had probably over a year and a half now, and I beat the crap out of it. And listen, a $20 bag, $30 bag, and it lasts me a year. Now, I'm not running around all the time, but I use this as an everyday bag. I go grocery shopping with it. I use it on my butt. And as you can see, I have the hydration on the back, the old style. I did get that used off eBay, $20, and I had to buy a new hydration unit for inside. You know, it's got the green hose. All right, and I can run this hydration on the back of the plate carrier for when I'm not carrying the pack. But I figured if I'm going to pack up or something hits the fan, I'm going to want my bug out bag. So the bug out bag is sweet. It's got, you know, it's got all the MOLLE. It's got the extra pouches, which I run actually an extra one. Again, I have the hose routed for the hydration. I have the carbon hooks, plastic hooks. And what's the other neat thing about this bag is it comes with a butt bag, all right? Butt pack. I don't see these ran a lot anymore. There's a lot of the OGs still run the butt pack. Butt packs are great. Again, it's another way to carry equipment on your gun belt. And I've always liked butt packs. I always have. They can be an inconvenience in some vehicles, in some smaller areas. I'm not fighting from a vehicle. I'm not fighting from a helicopter. Hopefully, we're never fighting at all. And in training, when we do force on force or go out and do live fire training, it's nice to have. It's nice to work with this stuff. It's nice to be able to use this stuff. And a lot of people look at me and they go, "Wow, you got you're rigged, you're geared out, man." And I'm like, "Yeah, got a little bit of." But I mean, let's be honest. A $20, $30 bag with a butt pack, a $20 used hydration, a $45 pack of plate carrier that's set up to hold at least combat load. Okay. Now I'm going to drop down to some of my other equipment. So this can hold plates clearly. Level 4 steel, level 4 carbon, level 4 whatever you want, level 3, whatever you can get your hands on. Fucking handmade. I don't care. I didn't say that. Okay. All right. One of the other things I run. This is my EDC bag. All right. My EDC bag, it's a drop leg bag, and in my drop leg bag, I carry such things as, well, there you go right there, my first tourniquet, okay? Turn around here, I carry my torch, and I carry an asp. And inside the main pouch, carry a pen, marker, usually I carry a solar charging panel, cord. Now this may not necessarily be what I would run in a situation. This is my EDC bag I keep on a cheap crap belt. Right now I'm in the process of building my battle belt on, I don't know if any of you guys are aware of the Stitch frame that's from Russia. Beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment. It allows to run off your battle belt, to run a frame up into your plate carrier, and it will pull the weight off your shoulders, allowing the weight down on your hips of your gear. So when you have plates, magazines, hydration, you're talking a pretty heavy rig, right? And if it's a holiday run, now I got some bad legs because I ran over on my motorcycle back in 2007. So that weight being pulled off is real nice. And you really can't beat it. So now we got a $20 bag, right? Tourniquets, $10 each. You know, you don't need an asp unless you live in a bad neighborhood like me. You know, your torch is a good idea, and again, let's talk about torches. This is a great time to talk about cheap versus expensive. This is a $20 El Cheapo T2 torch. Okay. It has the strobe function. It's also very, very bright. It's rechargeable. Strobing feature in case you have to stop an assailant at night, disorient them. Listen, you can afford this stuff. This is stuff that's functional. Okay? This is stuff that will work for you. If it saves your life once, it's paid its price. Now, I'm not telling you this carrier is going to work for you forever, okay? But $20, $20, and if it rips in 3 months, who cares? And with the cheap bags, like these cheap backpacks, yes, they rip, they tear, If you're a soldier and you don't got a sewing kit in your pack, you ain't a soldier. If you don't know how to sew, if you don't know how to repair your gear, then you can put down your gun, all your combat gear and all that and go home because you've just become pretty worthless, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is the second stage of armor, okay? Now another cheapo product, right? Guys probably seen these. You know what this is? This is a stab vest, okay? And the stab vest is awesome because of, well, being stabbed, right? Not only is the stab vest a good idea to wear underneath your plate carrier, because let's face it, you can go hand to hand. There could be sharp objects. There could be shrapnel, anything of that nature. This is another extra layer of protection. Also, this does accept plates, front and back. Okay? You can also run the soft Kevlar in it. And this will also go underneath your clothes. So it's good for concealment carry, security work, things like that. And you really can't beat. I think I paid $8 for this. And it's a stabby. Like, listen, it ain't the best quality in the world. The Velcro's will eventually wear. I'm not sure how good the stab material is in it. But puncture material is different than bulletproof material, if you all didn't know that. But the fact that is it can accept plates. So not only can you run sheets of Kevlar in this, and then run your hard plates, your rifle plates, in your plate carrier. So even if you ran a junk plate, let's just say you ran a steel wish plate, and it didn't stop the bullet like it said it would, you still have a second layer of protection with Kevlar, which depending on how many sheets of Kevlar you run, runs its ballistic rating. And I've seen up to like 26 sheets, stops up to 45. You know, it stops up most pistol rounds. I don't think it stops any rifle rounds. But that being that Kevlar behind that steel plate is triple the protection, right? Another thing I want to talk about is helmets. Got me here, my little Gucci helmet. Okay, and on here I got this pack for the bouncing out the night vision. I do have a light because I like it. This also has the strobe feature. I have a camera on top. It's an El Cheapo one right now, so I can afford either a run cam or a Mohawk cam. And it does have the harness system on the back, so it is a cam fit kind of copy. And this is just a bump helmet. This is not a ballistic helmet. Would it be nice to be able to afford ballistics? Sure, but let's face the fact, ballistic helmets cost a lot of money, okay? And what I have right here in gear still isn't even what, a third of the ballistic helmet. All right. The other thing we'll talk about is on the head. Right. Underneath those ballistic helmets, it gets hot, whether it be ballistic or bump. Not all of them are vented real good, but it's going to get hot. Period. You got on body armor and stab proof and a bag and gear because you're trying to protect yourself, right? So, what's that? It's a nice little beanie. It's a cool beanie. You order like 5 of these because you're probably going to go through them. You're also going to have to wash them all, right? Gloves, right? El Cheapo gloves. I think these things cost $8, right? And they function awesomely. And again, let me show you something. I've sewed on these quite a few times. The Velcro wears off, and you got to run stitching. You got to re-sew the Velcro on. You know, they eventually rip. These gloves, I ride with my bike, and I do all kinds of things with them. In the winter time, I really like the hard carbon knuckle gloves, and I spend $8 probably every couple, I don't know, months, maybe a year, if I don't lose them first. Because this is one of those things where, yeah, you're probably going to lose them before they're going to rip or tear. But let's face it, it's gloves. It's a wear and tear item. These aren't meant to last forever. These are meant to last for a basic time. They're light. They're fat. They got a hard knuckle. They fit good with the Velcro strap. It's just a really good glove, and I really enjoy them for the money. I also run cheap tactical boots. I run the well, I've been changing boots lately, but I'll tell you, you know, look at these bad boys. I run the Raphael, the lights with the short, and I think we paid $40 for them shipped. These are a year old, and they're beat to death. I mean, they're ripping and everything else. I did have to replace the zippers on them. The zippers will fail on cheap things. Another item that you wouldn't consider super cheap. Now, I didn't go real cheap on this one. Of course, I don't like cheap ones of these. I like the expensive ones. Of course, the Schmoog. Okay, and I have a really nice one. I have the Skulls and Bones Schmoog actual. This one's real heavy cotton, so it's not real good for summer use. They do sell thinner ones. It's truly up to you what you run. At least, but not mostly. All right. One of the other things you should always have on you: your multi-tool. I can't tell you enough, guys. You need a multi-tool on your side. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't care if it's expensive. There's plenty of times that a multi-tool will come in. And there's plenty of different multi-tools out there. So a multi-tool, a torch, you know, anything that you think that you may need. Comms. A lot of people want to run these giant helmet comms and stuff, and I can't wait to get comms for my helmet. I would love to get a nice set. Probably end up going to buying copies because I ain't got no $1,000 for them. And the way they mount, I want to get the mounts I want are by, I can't think of their name, but they mount off the back. And it allows your rails to stay open because eventually when I move into a night vision system for this setup, I want to run either my IR light up there, you know, controlled one, or I'm going to run one off the rifle because I won't run it on the night vision. And it's nice to be able to choose whether you want to run your night vision on or off. Of course, night visions can get up into thousands of dollars. Now they have these cheap digital night visions, which are still pretty good. And there is companies out there now. I'm looking at a night vision system that's $300. It's a Gen 1, and it's a 0x, and they make a mono tube and a dual tube. And you know, I'm probably going to run a mono tube because I'm running cheap night vision. That's going to justify me going over dual night vision. Only because the real eye can see and percept what's really going on, whereas the mono night vision I can use to achieve my targets and then run my IR laser on the weapon. I think that's just smarter with cheap night vision. Again, it's all about training and what you train with. Now, I've trained with PVS 14s. You know, I wish I could afford a PVS 14. It's not going to be. I wish I could afford PVS 15s. So, however, guys, I just wanted to give you a rundown on cheap gear. Listen, it's nice to be Gucci. It's nice to have these high-end stuff. It's nice to go out there and go, look at me, I got the Nike of tactical gear. Unfortunately, not everybody can afford it, especially me. This is broke boy tactics. Listen, I've seen a lot of troubles in my life since 2007, since the guy with the truck hit me. A little background about myself. I'm a former civilian contractor. I was not prior military. I'm one of the few that actually schooled through the companies. Okay. I'm also an EPO and APO, or ATO, sorry, APO. And I also did recovery, bond recovery. And I've worked in a lot of light clubs and stuff as a bouncer or security. So I've been in the security, private security industry half my life. And I left it. I left it to go into the motorcycle business, and then done some other crazy things. And honestly, I love tactical gear. I love shooting. I love gun. I love the whole nine of it. I hope and pray that I never see real life situation again in my life. No real soldier prays for that. Because people who've actually don't wish harm on nobody. And I'm a protector. I would never essentially go out to hurt anybody. But I'm also going to prep and prepare myself for what could come, because that history behind me actually showed me a lot of things and scared me. You know what I'm saying? And now here we are in modern days. What's going on right now in front of your face. And that's why I did this video today, because I wanted you guys to understand that it's very possible things could go south. It's very possible that we may have to defend ourselves. It's very possible that even our own government could be our enemy. It won't be the first time. It won't be the last. Every couple hundred years, it takes the blood of patriots and tyrants to restore the tree of liberty. And when you see these politicians on TV preaching the things they preach, they're not taking your guns for your safety. They're taking your guns to control you. Why? Because armed men will not freely load themselves on boxcars. All right? So I think that's all tonight, guys. I just wanted to do a brief overrun, a little background on gear. For reasons, I can't show gear or talk about other gear in the state of New York, unfortunately, because they have certain laws and restrictions, which I think are completely ridiculous. Okay, I think all men have the right to bear arms to hold up against a tyrannical government. And when you live somewhere like the hood and you can't have a firearm because it's illegal, or you're even going to carry conceal, you're nothing but a victim. So you know, that's the kind of things that I have issues with. And what's going on right now, killers and prisoners being look, these people don't care about you. They're going to eat. They're going to do what they can do to get ahead. All right? So it's important that you protect yourself. Our founding fathers warned us about this. Our founding fathers told us that this is possible. Our founding fathers said you have a right to keep and bear arms, right? Guys, this is Azrael. As always, love you all. You know, there's a lot of things going on right now. It's very important to get involved in politics. I know it sucks. It hates. I'm tired of it. I've spent several years now with the Libertarian Party. This is the second time John McAfee has ran for president. And I'm just going to say it like this. Please check him out, okay? Listen, I'm going to be real about it. We're not going to win, okay? This is not about winning a presidency, because it's so corrupt and so messed up. And in all honesty, I'm going to say, you know, 4 more years of Trump, as far as I stand right now, I'm not too mad about that. But I am upset that he's passed more gun laws than Obama. So it tells you what's really going on here. He also moved out of New York and said, I feel really bad for what's going to happen in New York City. Excuse me? Now, I just left Florida to come here. It was a real good choice, but fortunately, reasons for that behind it, okay? Tyrannical government in Florida. Really, really bad. Really bad. And I'm talking about Pinellas County, Florida. Listen up to me. Listen, Matt Gaetz, okay, Ron DeSantis, y'all need to shut down the Pinellas County system totally, okay? You have a communist system building in your goddamn Florida. And I love Florida. I love Florida as a place, but your government is screwed up, okay? Skeletor Rick Scott, he was horrible, all right? And I helped Adrian Willey win 13% down there. God, I wish he would have won, right? You know, it's pretty simple. You're free people. You're going to have to fight for your freedom, because freedom ain't free. And right now, with political parties such as the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, who are both overinflated and stepping all over the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, it's probably very important right now to start thinking about gearing up. Okay? Give me some comments, guys. Let me know what you want to know about. Give me some tips. Listen, by any means, this is advice that you can take with you. You can leave, or you can make fun of me and say, "Ha, look at that fucking ghetto gear." It really is, you know, and I'm cool with it. But it's funny because that ghetto gear will kill you just as quick as the real Gucci gear will. It's got nothing to do with the gear. It's got everything to do with the training. So just like some of my favorite guys out there that say, you know, it's important to go out there and get training. It's important to get out there and be morally correct. It's important to go out there and inform people that it's time to stand up for your rights. McAfee 2020, Libertarian Party, guys. Listen, we have the right to keep and bear arms. It's important that you guys check out the Libertarian Party that support firearms, because they are the ones that truly support your 2A constitutional rights. All right? Not the NRA, not the Republican Party, and, well, of course not the Democrats, okay? Because they don't give one crap about your constitutional rights. Well, enough being said, guys. I hope this will help at least one or two of you. If things ever to go south and I saved one person's life, I did my job. All right? It's Azrael, McAfee 2020. Good night, guys.